conceptual questions from electrostatics that will help in your board exam as well as your competitive exam, IIT JEE and NEET. So here we go. Let's discuss. Now let us calculate electric field due to straight charged wire. So here we have a charged wire of finite length. Let us calculate electric field from the wire at a distance r from it. Take a small element in it. Suppose that length is equal to dx and has charge dq. Distance from this point is equal to x. So due to this small element, electric field is directing away from it, that is dE, and dE will be equal to k, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq upon, let that distance is a, so upon a square for this small element. Because this is making an angle theta, suppose this angle is equal to theta, so this will also be theta. So this will have two components. This is dE cos theta and this is dE sin theta. Now here cos theta is along horizontal and d sin theta is along vertical. Look at this triangle. Here cos theta is equal to r upon x, r upon a. Therefore a, that is variable a, will be equal to r upon cos theta or r sec theta. What about x? Tan theta can be x upon r. So x will be equal to r tan theta. How to calculate dx in terms of theta? So here dx can be written as, that is differentiation. Dx is equal to r constant. Differentiation of tan square theta is equal to sec square theta d theta. So here dx is equal to that much. Because we have dE, so let us write dE in terms of theta. Here dq can be written as lambda into dx. What is lambda? Linear charge density. Let linear charge density, that is charge per unit length, is equal to lambda. Now for length dl, dx, that dq charge will be equal to lambda into dx. So take that value of dq here, lambda into dx divided by a square. What is a here? R upon cos theta or r sec theta. So that can be r sec theta whole square. So r square sec square theta. Take that value of dx, put it here. That will be equal to k lambda r sec square theta d theta upon r square sec square theta. So sec square theta cancel, 1 r will cancel. So dE is equal to k lambda upon r into the d theta. So that is dE. Now we have to calculate horizontal component and vertical component. D horizontal component, E horizontal is equal to integration of dE cos theta. Take that dE here, k lambda upon r integration of cos theta d theta. Similarly, E vertical can be calculated, integration of dE sin theta. K lambda upon r is constant in dE. What is inside the integration? That is sin theta d theta. Take their limit. Suppose that is of finite length. So their extreme ends are making an angle theta 1 to theta 2. This is anti-clockwise, so minus, this is clockwise, so plus. So one should be minus, other should be plus, because we are taking in angles in different sides. So limit will be minus theta 1 to plus theta 2. Same here, minus theta 1 2 plus theta 2. Solve them. Integration of cos theta is sin theta. Limits minus theta 1 plus theta 2. So it will be equal to k lambda upon r sin theta 2 plus sin theta 1. What about here? Integration of sin theta will be equal to cos theta. So k lambda upon r minus cos theta, limit from minus theta 1 to plus theta 2. So that will be equal to k lambda upon r. Cos minus theta is equal to cos theta. So here you will have cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. That is your resultant along vertical, resultant electric field along vertical. So if you want to calculate resultant electric field, total electric field, E will be equal to, because they are acting perpendicular to each other. So its resultant will be equal to under root EH square plus EV square. I think it is clear. You can pause that video at different places and you can better understand. So this is horizontal and this is vertical component. If the wire is of infinite length, then we don't have space to write. We have to rub. Let us write here. For infinite length, theta 1 is equal to theta 2 is equal to 90 degree. How come? If this will extend to infinite, then this angle becomes 90. What about this side? If this end becomes, that will extend up to infinite, then that angle will turn to 90 degree. Now if theta 1 is equal to theta 2 is equal to 90 degree, then here horizontal component sin 90 plus sin 90 is 1. The horizontal component will be equal to, here you will get 2. So that will be E horizontal, that is 2. K, what is K? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught divided by R. And what about E vertical? That will be equal to 0, because cos 90 is 0 in the two expression. So if it is extended up to infinite, then EH will be equal to this. You can write by placing K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, that will be lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught R. So in this way E can be calculated. There is one more method we already have discussed using Gauss theorem to calculate electric field due to infinite long wire. Then electric field due to charged ring along its axis. E due to charged ring along its axis. Here we have a ring. Suppose radius R, and suppose Q charge is given to that. For a small element in the ring at a distance x from the center, let that distance is equal to small r from the small element. Suppose electric field due to small element dE is equal to k dq upon r square. dq is a small charge on that element. Let that angle is equal to theta, so this angle will also be theta. So this is dE cos theta and this is dE sin theta. Now we have to calculate its vertical component. As vertical component will be divided, that ring is divided into two halves. The first half will give electric field downward, and the lower half definitely will give electric field upward. So resultant electric field along vertical, E vertical will be equal to integration of d sine theta, and that will be equal to 0. What about horizontal component? E horizontal will be equal to integration of dE cos theta, and because dE is equal to k dq upon r square, so here k dq upon r square, cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse, so x by r. Take limit from 0 to charge q. For entire ring, charge will be distributed from 0 to small q. So here x is constant, r is also constant, so kx upon r cube can be taken outside from the integration, and integration of dq from 0 to q will be equal to q. So here kx upon r can be written as r is equal to under root capital R square plus x square. So here that r cube can be written as x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. And integration of dq is equal to q. So that is what that is electric field due to the ring along its axis. What is q here? K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught as usual. Therefore, look at one condition. What will be its electric field at center? If x is equal to 0, then electric field will be 0. So at center, electric field will be 0. And what about at infinite? If r becomes infinite, if we go infinite distance from the ring, then again electric field will be 0. That means at infinite, electric field will be 0. What does it mean? It means electric field is varying from 0 to 0. Here starting from 0, end to 0. Therefore initially, and here this will have some finite electric field. So electric field is initially increases and then decreases up to 0. So what will be the position of electric field where it is maximum? So how will you calculate that to get maximum electric field, position to get maximum electric field? So you have expression of electric field. So to get position of maxima, dE by dx should be equal to 0. So what is dE by dx? You have that expression. Here k, q is constant. Now d by dx of x into x square plus r square to the power minus 3 by 2. You have to differentiate that value, so that can be written in this way, is equal to, now to get position of maxima, dE by dx should be equal to 0. So first of all you have to calculate dE by dx. Now if you will calculate dE by dx, kq first function into differentiation of second, first function into differentiation of second, that is nx to the power n minus 2 minus 3 by 2 x square plus r square to the power minus 5 by 2 into first function into differentiation of second plus second function into differentiation of first, that is 1. And that should be equal to 0. Here we go, k, q, you can take common. x square plus r square to the power minus 3 by 2 can be common. Achha, sorry, into differentiation into 2x also. Differentiation of this will be equal to this into this to the power x minus and minus 1 into 2x. Differentiation of this plus x square plus r square. So here we have 3x square minus 3x square x square plus r square to the power minus 1 plus 1. Therefore, that value will be equal to minus 3x square upon x square plus r square is equal to plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, 3x square is equal to x square plus r square. Now x will be equal to r by root 2. That means there is a position x is equal to r by 2 where you will get maximum electric field. So what will be the maximum electric field now? E max. Maximum electric field will be equal to, take that value of r here in that expression. So x can be replaced by this value r square by 2. So that will be equal to E max will be equal to k r by root 2 into q r square plus r square by 2 plus r square, that will be 3 r square by 2 whole to the power 3 by 2. So that will be your electric field. If you draw variation of electric field, how this will vary? If you are starting from origin and that is the position where you will get maximum position, x is equal to r by root 2. So initially it will vary like this and then it will decrease. It will be maximum at x is equal to r by root 2 and it will decrease up to infinite. So this is the variation of electric field E versus R versus X where you want to calculate electric field.